Hello everybody, I'm back again with another video. Hope you're doing well, hope your life's going well, hope that this week has gone well for you, and I hope that today has gone well for you. Today is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. It is a little after 8:45 in the evening. As for me, I just got home from work not too long ago. Today was a relatively easy day, nothing too out of the ordinary. Like I say, when you have days where you can just say, it was just an ordinary day, it was just a usual day, you want to cherish those days, and let me tell you why. When you have a day where something out of the ordinary has happened, it's a 50-50 chance that it can be out of the ordinary in a good way or out of the ordinary in a bad way. And of course we want days to be out of the ordinary in a good way, but let's be real, a lot of times when we're really talking about our day, and something out of the ordinary happened, it's something that's not necessarily good. Obviously we talk about good things that happen at work sometimes, but I do find that we talk about our negative experiences more than we talk about our positive experiences, and perhaps that's something that we could change too, because when we speak negative out into the world, it just does something to you internally when you're always just talking about problems, that you're having. And I mean, it's good to talk about your problems, but we have to find a balance. We have to also talk about extensively the good things that happen to us. So that is something that, beginning the new year, maybe that can be one of your personal New Year's resolutions. Just speak positive into the world and just watch your, the inner you just become more positive, But yeah, anyway, I mean, it was a good day. I don't have any thing extra that happened at work, but this is actually like my second time trying to record this video. I live pretty close to a railroad track, and while I was recording, a train was passing by, and it was blowing its horn and stuff, because it's like I'm pretty close to a major intersection too, so it has to blow its horn. But kind of surprised though, because in certain areas, because there's a lot of apartments and houses around here, and in certain areas they have a ordinance or whatever to where trains can't blow their horns at an intersection that's right next to a neighborhood. That's why sometimes you'll see signs that say no train horn or something like that. I mean, you still have the crossing guard, and the railroad crossing, the lights and the little hand that goes down every time a train comes, but they just don't blow the horn, because that horn is very loud. The train horn is extremely loud, so I think that's why in some areas they're not allowed to do that. But that's not the case over here. Anytime a train is coming through this area, they'll let you know that they're coming through, because that train horn is loud. But yeah, anyway, it's my second time trying to record, but it's all good. What I really want to talk about is this article that I was reading from CBS News, and I'm going to link the article in the description box below this video. Pizza Hut. Well, let me start off with California. What they did is they just raised the minimum wage for fast food workers to $20 an hour. And so with that, there's been plenty of different reactions and responses. You know, obviously people who work in fast food are pretty happy about it. Um, Honestly, in my opinion, I think, well, it's like people talking like right outside of my door. Hope y'all can't hear that. I don't think, anyway, Pizza Hut. Well, let me just kind of, start off with California. They raised the minimum wage for fast food workers at $20 an hour. A lot of people are happy about it. Lawmakers are happy that they got this passed. Now, the only thing about it is the response from the actual businesses that this affects. So now businesses have to pay fast food workers $20 an hour. Now, Pizza Hut, what they did was they laid off several hundred like delivery drivers in response to them having to pay fast food workers $20 an hour. See, the thing about it is a lot of these companies, especially like fast food, their goal is to pay the worker as little as possible. And so it doesn't really surprise me that they laid off like several hundred delivery drivers. You know, it just didn't really surprise me when I read that because, they're not trying to pay workers $20 an hour, even though that alone doesn't really get you very far in a state like California. But they're not even willing to pay that. And so, yeah, they laid off a whole bunch of drivers, and what they said was they're now going to pivot and focus their efforts on like, getting orders and stuff through like apps like Uber Eats and DoorDash and these apps where you're paying basically more money for the same meal anyway. So it's like it's you lose on both sides. It's like they took away their own like delivery service and basically like outsourced it to like a third party app such as Uber Eats and DoorDash where you're going to pay more anyway. And now there's several hundred jobs that have been lost because of this. And so that shows you corporations, they are all they care about is that stock price. Well, most corporations, that stock price is like the number one priority. That's why you see them lay off, several hundred people at once. And then I think it was a lot of other companies, at least last year in the tech field, where they laid off like hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. And they only really did it in order to like increase their share price, increase their profits, just the type of stuff you see in the economy. And in an ideal economy, you would think that in order to increase your profits, increase the amount of money you bring in, to increase your share price, you would think that the way to do that is through innovation, through making a better and better product every year or improving on whatever service you offer every year. But nope, these companies, they it's sad what I'm seeing out here. And so yeah, Pizza Hut, yeah, they've shown that, when push come to shove and a state makes it to where they have to increase the literal bare minimum that they have to pay, they're going to just lay off several hundred people. You know, fast food, retail, different like warehouse jobs, I mean, less so warehouse, mainly retail and fast food and, restaurants. You know, the thing with them is they're going to pay the people that help to generate the money the most as little as possible. That's just unfortunately the way it is. And so McDonald's also had a response. According to the article, they said they're going to raise the prices on their food in order to offset having to pay people more, even though they barely pay people anything anyway. I mean, we know how McDonald's is as an employer. I mean, I think even an assistant manager makes like less than $20 an hour. It's kind of ridiculous with like McDonald's. But they said they're just going to raise the price on all their food in order to offset it. And I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they just went ahead and laid off a whole bunch of people as well and started bringing in like robots and all this other like technology that's designed to take away jobs from actual humans, because they're a huge corporation. That stock price is all that matters. That revenue, that profit margin, that's all that matters. And we shouldn't be eating stuff like Pizza Hut and McDonald's anyway. Y'all know how I feel about these fast food places. All they do is sell stuff that's really bad for you. And they don't care. As long as they're making money and as long as you're addicted to the bad food they sell, doesn't matter. So we shouldn't even be supporting a place like Pizza Hut. Pizza is extremely unhealthy. Especially, I mean, you can make healthy pizza, but the way that most of these pizza places make the pizza is extremely unhealthy. We know that pizza is extremely high in calories, extremely high in saturated fat, extremely high in sodium. We know what sodium leads to. And so that's a food, unless you're preparing it at home or you know exactly how your pizza is going to be made, we shouldn't be eating pizza at all. Pepperoni, processed meat, which is linked to cancer, and all sorts of other problems. Cheese, which is dairy, horrible, horrible. But, who cares as long as it tastes good, right? Like, I don't know. McDonald's, we know that's nothing but, I don't even know what to call McDonald's food anymore. But we know for a fact we shouldn't be eating no McDonald's, And so that's just kind of the direction that things are going. When you want to raise minimum wage, this is what happens. $20 an hour, that doesn't really get you much of anything in a state like California. That won't really get you very far in Texas. In Texas is, it costs way less to live in Texas than it does in California. And I know for a fact that here in Texas, $20 an hour is not going to get you very far either. At least not anywhere near a somewhat major city. Maybe out in the middle of nowhere in like a really small town that might get you somewhere. But I mean, how many like super small town jobs are paying like $20 an hour though? It's not much opportunity out in like very rural areas. And so that's the thing about it. companies. It's just unfortunate, that um, you think about the fact that these are people too, they have to survive and everything, but it's unfortunate. And this is why I say too, you need an actual skill. Can't rely on fast food, can't rely on retail to like cover your bills. That's just not going to work. That's not going to cut it. You need a skill out here. You need a trade. There's all sorts of trades out here that you can still do despite the economy. They say it's going to get better in 2024, but like I said, we'll see about that. I'm not sure whether it's actually going to get better. I'm hoping it does. I'm hearing about the Fed. They're saying that they're going to lower the interest rate. The housing market, they're saying that it's supposed to kind of rise. It's supposed to like rise in not supply, but like it's supposed to rise in something. I can't even think. I gotta like reread some of the articles before I go into depth about that. But I think that's about it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Of course, I want you all to be relaxed, but I also make these videos because I want you to think about like some of the stuff that I bring up, some of the subject matter that I bring up. It's just different things that are just cross my mind. I just kind of come on here, press record, and just make the video. And you all know, like, I just kind of like speak my mind. I definitely don't hold back. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything in like a disrespectful way, but I'm gonna be completely honest about how I think about a certain situation. So yeah. What else do I want to talk about? I probably will upload another video tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure what it's gonna be about. Honestly, I kind of just I don't really plan any of these videos. I kind of just will have something on my mind that I was thinking about all day, and then once I get home, I'll just like press record. Or if it's something I was thinking about all day, like the previous day, I'll just like come on here and press record and just speak my mind. Just like my last video about the fireworks. I mean, the thing that sparked that video was the fact that the fireworks right outside my apartment were like extremely loud, and I'm just not a fan of it. I know there's people that like fireworks. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm sure they're fun to, pop, with friends and everything. But, I guess, like I say, I just was thinking about the negatives of it. And there are, to me, in my opinion, more negatives than positives to popping fireworks. Like I say, bad for the environment, extremely loud. It's not good for people with PTSD and animals. It scares animals as well. So those are like my main reasons. But like I say, to each their own. I know there's people that like fireworks that watch this video or that watch that video, and so I'm understanding of everybody's perspective. That's why, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. I always try my best to respond to like every comment that I see, and so I'm totally okay with any sort of like reaction. as long as it's respectful, of course. But anyway, that's enough of my rambling for this evening. Like I say, stay tuned for another video tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for watching.